Before the boy could even catch his breath, a massive drill suddenly shot out from the bull's mouth. Terrified, he scrambled to pull the collapsible sword from his pocket, then hurled it with all his might straight into the bull's rear. The blade shot out in a flash, striking its target with surgical precision, shattering the bull's energy core. In an instant, the creature's body malfunctioned. It exploded on the spot, leaving behind a pile of worthless parts. Though the crisis was momentarily over, a deeper unease spread through the group. They began to realize the divine magic protecting Demigod Village had been poisoned. That's why the barrier had weakened, why the bull had managed to break through. If they didn't restore the sacred trees code soon, even more terrifying monsters might be waiting. As a descendant of the goddess of wisdom, May suddenly remembered the legend of the Golden Fleece, said to heal all things, but the fleece's final resting place was beyond the Sea of Beasts, a place guarded by the monstrous Leviathan from the North Sea. Charybdis. No ordinary demigod dared set foot there, but for the sake of their village, they followed Leo's lead and set off without hesitation. Still, the journey ahead was perilous. May couldn't shake the fear that he might never return, but he didn't dare say it aloud. He carried his dread alone, unable to find anyone who might understand. But sometimes, there are other ways to lighten the burden. Sometimes, all it takes is someone willing to listen, someone who doesn't judge your feelings, someone who simply says, "You're not alone." At that moment, the square lit up with kindred souls, all feeling what he felt, and somehow, it didn't hurt as much. Now, back to the mission. First, they needed a ride. May whistled. Suddenly, the taxi appeared out of thin air. It looked like it belonged in a junkyard, but in truth, it was a hellborn speed demon. The moment they squeezed into the back, the driver floored it. The car tore through the forest at breakneck speed, sending everyone scrambling for seatbelts. Leo was stunned. All three drivers were blind. Before he could process that, a massive tree appeared up ahead. They were going to crash until the driver yanked a lever. In the next instant, the entire car split into two separate vehicles. Everyone screamed in terror. They swore on the spot, May is never allowed to whistle again. But no one could deny it. This battle car was fast, worthy of the gods themselves. After a wild and chaotic ride, they finally reached the Sea of Beasts, but disaster struck. They were swallowed by Charybdis, dragged deep into its belly. By pure chance, they found an old warship trapped inside. In a flash of inspiration, Leo climbed up to the main cannon, aimed it directly at the monster's innards, and fired. The blast worked. It tore open a hole in the beast's gut. Seawater surged in violently, and with Leo's shout, the team went full throttle and launched the ship straight toward the opening. With a mighty push, the entire vessel burst out through the body of the monstrous Leviathan. Just as the ship was about to be crushed under the pressure of the deep, they broke through the surface, escaping death by a heartbeat, gasping for air. So, but alive, they had made it, and most importantly, they had retrieved the Golden Fleece. With reverence, they returned to the poisoned sacred tree, and gently laid the Golden Fleece across its withering branches. Instantly, the tree shimmered with divine light. The corrupted magic was purged, and the protective barrier